Welcome everyone. Here's our webinar about our new partner, LuggageHero. LuggageHero is a great addition to BookingSync. It's an app that allows guests to store their luggage securely using local businesses around the world. And it's an easy way for property managers to manage the early check-ins and check-outs, as well as cleaning without any issues. Travelers will enjoy their first and last day without worrying to store their luggage. And here we have Olivier, who's gonna continue. And thank you so much for this opportunity, Olivier. We are very pleased to have you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for the introduction. I'm Oliver from LuggageHero, and we're really excited to getting started with this integration that we've been working together with BookingSync on for the past month. It's been a really pleasure to set it up. It's been easy, so I hope that you guys will also find it just as easy to use our system once attaching it to your BookingSync account. Just on the call here, just to give you an overview of what we'll be talking about, I will give you an introduction to LuggageHero, what we do, and I will show you how the actual system works. So when your guests are using our service, you can see which steps that they're actually going through. And at the end of the call, I will just quickly show you how you integrate with the system and how the email actually looks like that your guests are receiving from our system. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys here. And I think that if you have any questions, we'll take them once I've gone through the overview and everything. But if there's anything popping up to your mind during the call, please just raise your hand via the system.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, you can use the chat box if you have any questions.
Exactly. Perfect. If everybody can see my screen now, so this is actually the LuggageHero website. It's in a staging environment, what you're looking at now, but it replicates our live site as well. So this is where your guests are being sent to. So just to give you a short kind of introduction to LuggageHero, we are live in 32 cities, and we use local shops, hotels, restaurants, to store your guests' luggage. It's very easy and convenient. It's an on-demand service. There's no upfront payments or anything, so your guests can make a booking and they don't need to pay anything before they actually store their luggage. And it's an on-demand, which means that they only pay for the time that they actually store their luggage. Every luggage is insured for €2,500, and it comes with a special LuggageHero security seal once they check in. The integration with BookingSync works in the way that you connect the app via the App Center, and then we send an email to your guests that they can store their luggage, and the guests will be sent to this site basically, but with the actual apartment address in here, so they'll always find the nearest luggage storage locations to the actual apartment that they're staying in. But for this test, I'll just show you it using Copenhagen. Just going to close this one. So basically, the address will be here, the date that they're going to use it can be here, and how many bags they're checking in. They can alter all these things during the process, but this is how it will be pre-populated for them when they land on the page. They press go. And you can see here, a map view will show of all the locations that we have, and the PIN is equal to the address. Today it's using my address, but it will use the address of the apartment that they're staying in. And then there's a list view here as well on the left-hand side. In the top here, it says if you have a voucher or discount code, you can add it now. For each of your guests that enters via the BookingSync integration, there will be 2 hours of free luggage storage included, and it will already be embedded into the link. So it will be green here telling the customers that they have 2 hours of free luggage storage already. So they don't need to type in anything once they land here. The way the system works is that the user then chooses which storage point they want to store their luggage at. They can either press here or they can use the map view over here. If we press this one, they're led into the second site, which gives a bit more of information. There's some reviews about the site. In total, we have over 30,000 reviews, and we stored luggage for almost 1.5 million hours. There's a bit about the pricing. So it's €1 per hour plus a handling fee of €2, but it will never cost your guest more than €8 per day. And from those €8, €2 are deducted from the total price if they do store it for 24 hours. There's an information whether or not there's internet available at the storage point or if they have to use their own data. And then there's the short description about LuggageHero as well. Then the customer press next in the right-hand corner here. And then there's just a reconfirmation that each bag is insured, the pricing details, and that no payment details are needed at this step. They confirm the booking. And then there's an option here to put in your telephone number so you can receive the directions, because you don't have the actual address at this stage yet. But if you do type in your telephone number, you will receive a text message from us telling them exactly where they need to go and a link to their booking page as well. They can choose to skip it and they'll receive the information in an email, or if they just continue in the UX here, the address itself will also be clear. For the sake of the test, we're just going to press no thank you. And then you can see you actually enter the booking page. So right now a booking is made. If the user wants to see the directions here, they can press this one and they can see the full address here and they can get the direction, which then opens up a map view. They can also see the opening hours of the shop that they booked. And if they want to get back to the booking page, they simply click the cross here. So what the customer then does is that they'll find their way to the storage point, and they can see here, this is the first tick on the timeline, and then they hand over their luggage when they arrive to the storage point. So each storage point is personally vetted by a LuggageHero person, which means that they've been trained and educated in our system, so they know exactly what to do when any of your guests arrive. And what will happen when they arrive is that they hand over their luggage, and they'll receive this special security seal, and then they start the storage timer. If they haven't put in their credit card details, it will appear here once they press start the storage timer, and once they confirm how many bags they're storing. And then you can see they will receive this security seal, which they themselves seal their bags with, and then the insurance covers for the €2,500. Then they start the storage timer. And you can see down here, a clock starts ticking. And that basically means that they're now storing their baggage and they will be charged for the time that's running. Then they go out, they enjoy the city and come back. And then they stop the storage timer, just on the same button here. They stop it. And then you can see they'll get a confirmation that their bags have been picked up, and they can see the receipt as well by clicking this one. And then they're actually asked to give some feedback on the service itself. And that is basically a very, very easy and quick way to get rid of the pain of luggage storage. So with the BookingSync and how to integrate, you basically go to your BookingSync account under apps and then visit the App Center, where you can install the LuggageHero app. And all you have to do is press the install and then authorize it. And then the system is actually up and running. And we are then communicating with your guests that they can store their luggage prior to arrival and before departure. And the emails that are being sent is coming in this format. It now contains some variables because that's updated based on which city they're staying and the date as well. And here's the link to the actual landing page for your guests. Yeah, that was it. Any questions?
I think that was pretty complete. Great description. Rishi, are you able to unmute the microphone to see if anybody have any questions?
Everyone is unmuted. If you guys have any questions, please, we are ready.
One thing to add from my side, so should you sign up and have properties at a location where we are not present, then the system understands that and it will not send them an email to any of your guests. So let's say that if you're in Montpellier, for instance, where we are not present yet, but will be soon, we will not send any email based on that information. But you can always find a list of the current cities that we're in if you look under the LuggageHero application in the App Center.
One question I had when, for example, I would like to get my bag back and I don't have, desktop application on me. So is there any mobile app that I can use?
So it's completely optimized, so responsive website. So it's a web application. So you can just use it on your phone. It's not an app. It's just a web application.
Okay.
We do have an app that is launching very soon, but we found that most users just use it on the go, and it's easier just to have a web application.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I think it's quite complete. But anyway, if anybody has any questions, you can always write to us at BookingSync or directly at LuggageHero, right? On the contact page, there's the email address in the contact.
Definitely.
And, super. And if you have any questions, yeah, like we know that usually we would use this kind of application with the notification app. We're going to look into it together to see if we can integrate that. At the moment, it's working by email. It's direct. If you have any questions related to that, feel free to send it to us. And otherwise, thank you very much for participating.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And if any of you have any kind of request in terms of us setting up storage locations in a city where you guys are present and where we're not, or if you need additional storage points, please also feel free to contact us, and we'll look into that as well.
Super. Then thank you very much, Oliver, and looking forward to this partnership resuming.
The same. Thank you, and bye, everybody.
Bye.